Hey, I just got back from watching Impractical Jokers movie, and I gotta say, it was insane. It was filled with action-packed films, and at the end there was... Well, I gotta warn you, there will be spoilers. So turn off this video now while you can, unless you want any spoilers, or if you just came home from seeing the movie, or if you're watching this years from now, or whatever. It was awesome! I mean, all the comedy, all the silliness, and best of all, we're getting the film Sal Sleeps a year later on August 15th, 2021, so you might as well be ready for that, because that'll be a good one. Because, I mean, okay, so here's how it starts out. It starts out just exactly as shown in the trailer. So, at first we get this flashback to 1994, about Paul, and it features Paula Abdul, doing a rock concert one time, and the Jokers tried to ravage that by, and then Joe tried to sing. He was like, "Hey ladies, what's up?" But then they started throwing Staten Island garbage at him, and then Sal tried to rush in and eventually got Joe Gatto out of there, but then got hit in the windpipe by Paula Abdul. Fast forward decades later, and the Jokers are at this restaurant, and they have a run-in with Paula Abdul, and then they flash back to what happened then, and then the next thing you know, they're just like, oh no, what? They're like, oh no, what do we do? What do we do? She's gonna recognize us from at the time. Oh no! But then Paula Abdul comes in. Luckily, she has seen the show Impractical Jokers, so she rushes over and she's like, "You're the Impractical Jokers? I love you guys. I have always wanted to see you. So I have this big party in Miami, so I'll see you over there." And she has this guy over him who's played by Casey Jost. And I was kind of expecting that, considering that some of you guys might have seen it in the trailer. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you have been expecting Paula Abdul. So anyway, they decide, hey, what should we do now? And then they're like, okay, let's check. 3 tickets, come on! So anyway, then they decide, hey, let's go do challenges, and if you're the big loser, you can't go to that dang party. So the next thing you know, they're like, road trip, guys, let's go road trip! Whoa, road trip! Oh my god! Jesus Christ. It's okay. So then they set off in their car, and they go through road trip challenges repeatedly. They just do challenges, and after there is this one particular time where they had them all do these challenges, and they were carrying an urn, and they had to do challenges. Some of them lost, some of them won. Can't reveal too much because of the spoilers. I did say there were spoilers, but I didn't say there would be too much spoilers. So anyway, they set off to do their challenge, and then it was done. They did it. And, well, some of them succeeded, some of them didn't. And after all those challenges, it all ended with Murr being the big loser at the end of the challenge. And one time, when Murr was strolling by, and believe it or not, we get a Will Ferrell cameo in the movie, as an honorable mention to Funny or Die. What's next? Triumph interviews. What's up next? Triumph talks to Casey Jost. What's up next? Triumph talks to Casey Jost. Sorry, Colin Jost. Yeah, his brother. So anyway, so yeah, anyway, they continue on their road trip, and then they go to the party, and then Murr shows up dressed as a security guy, but then they're like, hey, stop! Get him! And then they continue to chase after them They rush to get them, and then Sal evades getting crushed in the windpipe, and he's like, yeah, yeah. But then he gets tasered in the neck, and he is vulnerable on the ground. They rush him out of there to get him out of there, and they're just like, wait a minute, where's Joe? And then Sal is struggling, and he's about to die until Joe Gatto gets up on that stage, and then Sal's like, huh? And then Sal gets away from the light and survives. In the end, Sal was so close to dying, but Joe Gatto's singing saved his life. So yeah, they all got up on stage. Joe and Paula Abdul were on stage, and they sung, and everyone was like, yeah, we approve of you now! So as a result, the Jokers found their redemption, and they saved Sal Vulcano's life. And then they all rushed out of there, and they were like, oh, come on, 3 tickets! As Joey Fatone was strumming his ukulele or guitar. And then in the end, they figured, oh, let's go. And then they gave us a flashback of what Murray was doing. And then he was like, he wasn't even inside the plane. He was just strapped to the top of the plane, and they just spun him around and around and around and around, just doing all these tricks and backflips and moves. And then they didn't show us where he landed. And then that was just it. They just rolled the end credits, and it was all perfectly fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for Impractical Jokers, the movie. My suggestions on Impractical Jokers, the movie. Good night, everybody.